Hi everyone, welcome back to the Rustic Oak Farm. My name is Alicia. Welcome back to my channel. I have been tying up some loose ends on my Thanksgiving decorating this year, and it just came up so quickly after Halloween. I got all the Thanksgiving stuff out, trying to see where I want to place everything this year. Now, I never used to decorate for Thanksgiving. I used to be one of those people that would jump right into decorating for Christmas, but I told myself I need to give the special day that it deserves for my kids. So my kids love when I get the decorations out, any type of decorations really, whether that be Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter. It's so special to them whenever I decorate the house. Now, I would love to decorate for Christmas right now like everyone else, but I'm gonna decorate for Thanksgiving from here on out. I actually started doing this probably 2 years ago or a year ago. It might have been 2 years ago. This year, I wanted to find some more items to add into my decor this year, and I'm really just wanting to do more of a vintage style. I've been looking on Pinterest to kind of just get some inspiration on how to decorate for Thanksgiving this year and what kind of vintage items to look for. And I have to actually thank eBay. I got on eBay and started looking for vintage Thanksgiving, and a bunch of stuff started popping up, and I just started falling in love with some of these items. I wanted to go to my favorite antique store before I started ordering anything off eBay, because a lot of the times you can get cheaper stuff at an antique store than paying shipping for an item on eBay. So I actually found a few things that I liked on eBay, and then I went to my favorite antique store, and you would not believe I found what I was looking for. It was a miracle. So I actually ended up snagging all the things at the antique store that I found on eBay. And I'm so glad that I actually bought all of this. If I was to buy this on eBay, it would have been so expensive. Now, I did purchase probably 3 separate items on eBay this year, and they are on their way in the mail right now. So I won't be able to show you guys any of that just yet. I still have probably 2 or 3 days before most of that comes into the mail. I also just been finding odds and ends. I actually found a ceramic small tiny little pumpkin for like $1, and then 2 coffee cups that I'm gonna use later on after the holidays, and just stuff like that I've been finding really cheap. But mostly I'm just trying to look for Thanksgiving and Christmas items right now to add to my collections that I got going on. I did go antiquing today because my son the other day found a Christmas present that he wanted at my favorite antique store, and I wanted to go back because I don't have any kids with me today. So I wanted to go back to this antique store today and buy this item that my little boy wanted for Christmas, and thank goodness they had it still. They're going to be closed Thursday and Friday just because they're going to get all of their Christmas out, and they're going to have Christmas open house on Saturday. So I knew if I didn't go today and get this toy that my son wanted, it would be gone because it was such a really good price. So my dad actually, whenever my boys were really little, my dad started giving them some old metal tractors and trucks that you get at antique stores, and they're really expensive. Some of them can be like almost like $100, but it's just, you got to find the really good deals whenever you go different places. Whenever I find a good deal on a metal truck or a tractor, I buy it. This one is a semi truck that he saw, and it's a big one, and it's all metal, and he really wanted it. He's actually been wanting this for a couple years. Not this specific one, but one like it. My brother actually has one kind of similar to this, and every time he goes over to his house, he plays with this semi truck and trailer. So I went today and I bought it because I knew Saturday it'll be gone because it was such a really good price. So I'm glad I went and got that today. So like I said, I kind of just want to stick to vintage, like basically on every holiday, but I do still have stuff that is new, like from Hobby Lobby or Walmart. And I'll still use a bunch of stuff that, you know, I get from Hobby Lobby and Walmart and stuff like that. It's just, I like more of my stuff to be vintage. And of course, that's gonna be way more expensive. That's why it takes me years to collect all these things. And eventually I'll have a really good collection going. Like my Santa mugs, they never used to be as popular whenever I started collecting them. Now they're so popular that they're ridiculously expensive. So if I find one at a good price, I will buy them. I believe I bought 5 of them today. They were still pricey for me, but they are the ones that are a lot cheaper than what they could be, and they're really cute. I love them. One of them's actually broke, and the lady fixed it and gave me a good deal on it. And I probably won't be going to the Christmas open house on Saturday because it's gonna be a madhouse. It usually is, so I just kind of let the crowd die down, and then the next week I'll go, which I really don't know if I'll go next week or not, because I did get those cups today, and I really want to finish Christmas shopping before I start buying Christmas decor. But enough of that. I'm going to show you guys what I got today, and I'm so excited to show you. Let me know down in the comments if you like any of these items, or if you ever seen these items at an antique store, because I don't think I've ever really noticed some of this stuff. So I'm going to turn you guys around here. I have some stuff displayed in this cabinet right here, but I'm going to put everything on the table of what I bought the past week, and I will show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so I got everything here on the kitchen table, and we are going to start over here. I actually got this at Mardell's next to Hobby Lobby, and I said I wasn't going to buy like newer stuff and stick to vintage, but I just really love this for some reason. And I thought about taking some Rub and Buff and kind of toning down the gold, because I don't really like the color of this gold on here, and make it more antique looking with that Rub and Buff. I just gotta find the perfect color to go with this. And I also thought about maybe somehow tea dyeing the white, which is not really that bad looking, but I really like this, so I went ahead and got it. It was a really good price. It was, I think it was 50% off when I went there. Okay, moving on to this little plate here. I believe this was $4.50, and this lady was having 20% off in her booth. It's absolutely beautiful. I thought it'd be perfect for Thanksgiving decor. This is what the back is. Johnson Brothers. So this is actually vintage. So I'm so excited that I found that. I was actually on my way out of the door and I saw the booth, and this is where I snagged some of my items before I left that day. And then over here are these 2 little turkeys. I love these. These are in the same booth that I got this plate, and this is 20% off. I believe these were $11, so 20% off that. I got 2 of them. The only thing is why they are probably so cheap is this one has a chip on it, which I don't mind at all. It just gives it that more of that vintage look. These do not have any markings on the bottom, but I believe I looked on eBay and found one similar to this, and I believe these were made in the 1950s, I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what the other one said. And then this actually was a couple weeks ago. I found this. I just ended up putting in some of this pine cones and acorns in here from Hobby Lobby, but it's like an old jar holder, and I just put one of my old mason jars in here with the old lid that I found last year for Christmas. I actually stored a bunch of my hot cocoa, cinnamon sticks, and peppermint sticks in a lot of these jars. So I thought I'd just put some of the pine cones and acorns in this one. And then same thing with this right here. So I actually found this one at the same place, Mardell's next to Hobby Lobby, and I believe this was 50% off. And I just love the color of this bird. And I just had this candle. I believe I got that at Hobby Lobby last year. It's kind of like a burnt orange color. Just fits perfectly down in this little pheasant bird right here. I just love the color of it. It's the perfect color, and that's kind of what I want to get the Rub and Buff to tone this gold down. And I actually want to tone down some of the other ones that I got from Hobby Lobby a couple years ago. And it's kind of similar to this bird right here. So then moving on right here, I got these spices right here. So this one's nutmeg, cloves, and allspice. And they look so old and they're rusty, just how I like everything, all of my decor. So I'm excited that I found these. I actually was on the hunt for pumpkin pie spice, and I was actually looking for poultry seasoning, but these are the only ones that I found, which you can actually make this into pumpkin pie as well. So I went ahead and got these three. Still on the hunt for the pumpkin spice and the poultry seasoning. One day I will find them. They are on eBay, but they're kind of pricey, so I'm gonna hold off until I find a good deal. So moving right here, I got this for $5. The vendor said this was from 1978, so I went ahead and got it. I thought it'd be cute to display this with my Christmas stuff this year, and it's actually kind of pretty to actually do Thanksgiving as well. This was at a really cheap thrift store here in our hometown, so I went ahead and got that. And then this is like a cast iron corn holder, and I got this for $9. It was probably the best price that I found. These are actually pretty pricey. I'm not really too crazy about the galvanized color look, but it was cheap, so I went ahead and got it. I actually want more of a rust color one, which I found one today that was more rusty, but it was $15, so I went ahead and just got this one for now, and if I ever find a good deal on a rusted one, I will buy it one day. And I thought it'd be kind of cute to display this on the shelf with all my Thanksgiving decor. And these are the salt and pepper shakers that I'm starting to collect, and I found these ones at that antique store. These don't have a marking on the bottom, but I do believe they're vintage. I found one on eBay similar to this one, and they said it was vintage. These are in really good condition, and I just love the colors. They go really well with all of the Thanksgiving stuff. So this is actually what I'm going to start collecting, is salt and pepper shakers of turkeys from here on out. So hopefully one day I'll have a really good collection going one day in the future. And I got this at the antique store. I thought this was so cute. I love old looking stuff like this. This is not vintage, I'm sure, but I thought it'd be cute to display a salt and pepper shaker on top of this. And I think that's what I'm going to do on one of my shelves. I thought it was really cute to do that. So this is what I'm talking about with collecting these as well. I didn't know these existed until I went on eBay, and I just fell in love with these. And I got lucky enough that I found these at my favorite antique store, and I cannot believe that I found these. They were $14 each, which is kind of pricey, but you know, they're cheaper than eBay. You have to pay shipping on eBay. So I got this one here. I just love the colors on it. It's definitely unique. It's hand painted. And if you go on eBay, you can see all the different colors that people paint these. And the top come off where you can put candy in here. And I don't think these ones have the names on the bottom. This one doesn't. I'm kind of bummed. The lady that was packaging this up chipped the edge right there, which is totally fine. I don't mind a little rustic look. And I don't know if this one, oh, it does, good. This one actually has markings on the bottom. It says LS, I think it says 9841, I think. I'm not really sure what that says, but I love these kind of stuff that has markings that people made. It's just so special, and it's almost sad that people get rid of this kind of stuff, or you know, if they pass away or something. But I love collecting people that has made stuff like this or painted and put their initials on the bottom. And that goes for like Christmas items as well. I have a few Christmas items that people have painted or made. So I'm gonna start collecting these. I'm so excited. I'm not too crazy about this color, but it's not bad. It's not a bad color. I think I just need to put like a white plate or something underneath to kind of pop out this dark brown color. But I'm so excited to collect these, and they're 2 different sizes. So I think this one's about 6 inches tall and this one's about 4 to 5 inches tall maybe. So this one's a lot smaller. So that's one thing you got to look for whenever you're on eBay to see what sizing they have. And I want all different sizes. So eventually I am gonna have a good collection of these going one day. I cannot wait. So yesterday I went to an antique store in our hometown. I got these cookbooks. I think these are from 1989, I think. These are from the 80s. And I got pies and pastries, plain and fancy poultry cookbook. Thought it'd be perfect to kind of layer up in a shelf and display these for Thanksgiving. They're kind of old looking and kind of just, the color on them kind of looks faded, and I really like that look. So moving on over here, I actually have this cloche, and I ended up, this used to be white, so I ended up sanding this down and staining it, my favorite stain, and I just love it so much better. Nothing wrong with the white, I just don't have a lot of white stuff in my house, and it's just more rustic wood tones in my house. And I thought it'd be cool to either display like a salt and pepper shaker in the middle here, kind of like that. Can't hardly see with the background, but I thought that would be kind of cute to display on a shelf. So I'm really not sure like what I'm gonna do just yet, but I definitely love these, and I love when people decorate with stuff inside of here. Okay, moving on to these. These were $1 a piece. I got these for $2 for the set, and I absolutely love them. They are not vintage. They're not vintage, but they look vintage to me. They look like the old crock blue and white, and it's like a stone cream color, and they're actually pretty heavy, like a stoneware. So I ended up getting these. Me and my husband love to drink coffee together on the days that he's home, and I love that it's the rooster and the hen, and both sides actually have the rooster and hen, but I just love these so much. So I could decorate with these around spring, when spring rolls around, or after the holidays. But for now, me and my husband will probably just use these as we drink our coffee in the morning. So I was so excited to find that, and how cheap they were. I couldn't pass it up. This is what I found in our hometown as well. So it seems like my hometown, you can find really good deals. These were $1 a piece. And if you guys remember my video when I went to Goodwill, I bought a bean pot. I believe it was $12, I think, something like that. But these were $1 a piece. And this actually goes with the bean pot. These are little bean pot bowls, and I just had to get these to go with that bean pot. So it's actually a full set now. So I'm going to display this around my bean pot on my hutch, and you guys will see that whenever I show my Thanksgiving video coming up. So I'm actually so excited. These are actually like a kind of like a crock material. My bean pot's probably a little bit darker color than this brown, but honestly it goes pretty well together. You can't hardly notice too much in that hutch. So I'm so excited that I found that. I wasn't even looking for this color. I just ended up buying that bean pot that one day at Goodwill and happened to find these really cheap. Can't believe they're $1 a piece. I actually found one of these today, and they wanted $6.50 just for one. So I got a heck of a deal on these. So these are the vintage Santas that I got today. I absolutely love these. These are such a good color, and they're just, you know, already aged for me. They're vintage. It says Japan on the bottom. That is a true vintage. Santa mug, and they are all basically the same. Now this one she ended up gluing back together, which she gave me a really good deal on this one, so they would all stay together. So I'm really excited to add up my collection. And then these two right here are the other two that I got, and again there's a name on the bottom. It says by George 1989. And I just love that. I just love whenever they have names and the dates on the bottom. So I got two of those to go in my collection. So that's exciting. My collection is growing now. I can't really remember how many I actually have. So excited to get all of them out this year and see how many I have now. But so excited because you can just place these anywhere whenever you decorate for Christmas. And it just makes it look so good. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about my haul this week. I don't normally buy this much stuff. This was such a big haul for me. I usually just buy stuff here and there and add to my collection through the year, but I just went all out, went to all the places this week as much as I could, thrift stores, antique stores, actually just trying to find Thanksgiving items. And I just got the luck that I found these and my salt and pepper shakers, and I still got some items coming in the mail here in the next couple days of my Thanksgiving decor, but I'm going to do a separate video on my Thanksgiving decor this year, so stay tuned. Look for that video coming up this next week after I post this video, and I will show you guys how I decorated this year. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think, what you guys love. If you guys collect any of these items, I would love to know. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I sure appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you guys next week.